Okay, Cowboys vs Sharks, the second game on the Saturday. So we're kicking it off with Kale Iro. Had a very strong game, busting tackles on Thomas Duffy, unfortunately. But yeah, 2 tries, 12 tackle breaks, bit low run meters, but he, he was very dominant today. And it would have been nice for him to do a few more of those last season, although he was extremely good last season. Can't ask for much more. But yeah, 75 points. He's already priced up in that 600k mark, and yeah, we know that he's got a boom game in him, but I just wouldn't be going there. As I said in my last video, if you needed a centre, I would 100% be going with Dylan Lucas or Beau Fermor, just for that consistent consistent floor of like 40 points, where Iro probably has a little bit lower floor, maybe a higher ceiling, but in the long run, you're gonna want a player that's gonna average upwards of 50, and Iro's probably just a rung below that. But if you do own him, very very nice purchase. Not owned by many, so that'll be pushing you up the ranks. Nico Hines sort of looked like he was back to his normal self. Back to kicking goals, back to kicking the ball a bit more. We got 324 kick meters, where Trindle's done 309, so it's about a 50-50 split, which is still not what he used to do with Matt Moylan, but it's definitely better than nothing. If you own him in draft, you'll be happy. Hopefully none of you own him in Classic, but if you do, I think now that you've seen the 64, I'd probably just be holding on. And just hope that he keeps this 50-50 split roll and the goals, because the Sharks seem like they're going to be a top 4 team, and he will be in the attacking stats every week. I'd say try assist this week with some solid base stats. So yeah, 64 from Hines, not too bad, and yeah, definite hold and definite do not buy. Stone Street got the 2 tries on the wing today. 4 line breaks and decent run meters as well, over 200. But yeah, I think he got a low one last week, so he's just balancing it out kind of thing now, and I think he's going to balance out to average around those mid-30s, which is about where he's priced at. So yeah, I'd be ignoring Stone Street. Don't chase those 2 tries. T. Wilton, 57 with a try, 80 minutes again. He'll definitely be that's the norm for him. You'd be pretty happy as an owner. I think maybe with the try you'd be wanting a score 5 points higher than that, but if you started with him, I think he's been a solid option so far. Slightly better than John Bateman, and they were priced around the same. So yeah, easy hold, and easy. Probably wouldn't be looking to buy him because he's just not much of an exciting option here. I think there's better options that are going to emerge, like Matty Nicholson, potential there. But yeah, happy if you own him, but probably wouldn't be jumping on at this point. Militalo got a try as well, 53 points, loads of attacking stats, and good run meters as well. But same story as Stone Street. He's probably going to average around that 40-point mark. He's still losing money. Wouldn't look to jump on just yet. Blake Brayley, he's had a good start to the season. Historically, he averages about 45 and 80 minutes, so he's exceeding that at the moment. So you'd expect him to come down and eventually average 45 points. So I wouldn't be looking to jump on now after he's gone 2 big games. It's not too normal for him to get attacking stats, so the try assist is a bit of an anomaly. Drinkwater, so we now know that he's the one kicking goals, and he's definitely someone that we're going to want to own very soon. Gets a try as well, but the Cowboys are just not very good at the moment, but he's just such a good player. He can score points even when they're getting smashed. Still going to lose a bit of money this week, and hopefully up until their round 7 bye, his price just hangs around that low 600s, and I would be saying round 8 onwards I'd be looking to jump on as soon as possible, but we'll just have to see how that goes. McInnes, a few more minutes this week, but a few less points after the 57 in round 1. 48 and 63 minutes. It was actually fairly low PPM for him there, but yeah, at that 700k mark, he's certainly not a buy. And if you own him, he's only scoring the points of what you're really paying for him. So one that you could potentially look to move to Payne Haas, but wouldn't be too wouldn't be too lost my train of thought. I wouldn't be too mad if I had to hold him, is what I'm trying to say. And he's going to get you around that 50-point mark every week, and if he does continue to get these minutes in the 60s, then he can get you some 60-point scores as well. Britton Nikora scores a try and just gets the 48 points. Base stats a little bit lower this week, but yeah, he's sort of the same as McInnes. You're really paying for what you get here, so he's definitely one that can be held, but also can be upgraded, as he's just there's not really any value in him, but I wouldn't be looking to buy. Cohen Hess, 47 points in 38 minutes. Very nice PPM there, but I think his minutes are going to be capped around that 40-minute mark, and his PPM's not going to be this good every week. So at that price, he's just one that you can ignore. Will Kennedy backs up a 40 with his 46. He's going to start making some nice coin here. If anyone did jump on, very nice, very well done. But I probably wouldn't be looking to jump on at this point. The small amount of, well, he had 10 points of value at the start of the season. That's probably diminished to, well, I'd say 10 points of potential value, maximum potential value, and now it's between 7 and 8 points, so it's probably not one worth jumping onto, as his ceiling is not that high. But yeah, a few decent attacking stats in this one. Ramian, just 40 and 80 minutes. That's about what you'd expect from Ramian in a game without attacking stats. Solid, safe as houses here, but very expensive. Yeah, so wouldn't be looking to jump on there. Harrison Edwards, 40 points in 45 minutes. Pretty solid. Got some decent minutes in this one, but yeah, I'm not too sure about this one. He's definitely getting a few more minutes than I'd expect. Then we see Cotter with only 50 minutes, Neem with only 30, so these could fluctuate from week to week. It's just tough to trust anyone in that Cowboys pack at the moment, with besides Bateman, I'd say. He could play 45 this week and be down to 35 next week, and you just feel like you've wasted a trade buying him if you did that. Reece Robson, gonna lose another decent chunk of money here. Just 39 points in 80 minutes. And yeah, we should just keep hoping for a few low games. But unfortunately, if he does, well, if the Cowboys keep playing like this, he may not get picked for Origin, and he'd be a perfect one to own over the Origin period if they could come into a bit of form, because we know he can be that 50-point average player. But yeah, just the 36 average at the moment. So yeah, avoid for now. If you do own him, if you took him over Watson or Grant, it's very disappointing. And it would be very tempting to move him on, but I don't know. I feel like I almost would be jumping off him at this point. It does feel like his price is going to keep plummeting, and it's tough to see him scoring more than high 40s points at the moment, just with how bad the Cowboys have been. But yeah, that's a tough decision, and if you have a question about that, I can look into it further. If you do own Robson, look up some statistics. Bateman, 39 and 80 minutes, backing up the 57. Bit of a lower game, a few more negatives than you'd want, but a very solid base, and I wouldn't be panicking too much here. Still not going to lose any money, and yeah, Bateman's definitely an easy hold, but probably wouldn't be jumping on ahead of their buy, and just with the form that they're in. Kafusi, 39 and 42, very stock standard here. One to just ignore. Kai O'Donnell looked pretty solid out there, scored 37 and 67 minutes, but I feel like Nano's going to be back next week. We'll have to wait and see on that one, but he's just one that you can't really jump on, as Nana could be back any week. He's not injured. He's just been dropped. So yeah, that would make O'Donnell either out of the team completely or back to the bench, and you're just wasting a trade there. Fanua Blake, nice to see that he doesn't score a try every week, and when he doesn't, only 50 minutes, 36 points, no negatives in there either, so he's probably standing behind the post for a lot of that game. Actually, no, standing on halfway, because they'd be scoring the tries. But yeah, he's going to lose money. He's definitely just the one that's way too expensive to even consider owning, and if you do own him, I'd be emergency shipping him out for Payne Haas, because yeah, the minutes are quite alarming, and if you expected, the same minutes he was playing at the Warriors, then that's definitely not going to be happening here. He's going to be looking at those 50 to 55 a week for 50 to 55 points, and he's priced at about 58, even 59. So urgent sell, I would say. McIntyre backed up his 50 with a 34 on 60 minutes. Wow, he played a lot of minutes. Yeah, so his PPM fell off a cliff here, and hopefully no one chased his high PPM game points, thinking that was going to happen every week, because yeah, he's going to be scoring around what he's priced at, and yeah, I'd be ignoring him. Dearden, 33 and 80 minutes. While the Cowboys are in this bad patch of form, he's going to be one that's just not scoring well at all, so I'd completely ignore him there. Same story with McLean. Just move on straight away from him. Ruben Cotter, now only 50 minutes here. Bit puzzling. One of your best Origin players only playing the 50 when, last season he was up in the 60 to 65, and he looked obviously like one of the best on the field. But yeah, a few negatives here. I didn't catch all of the game, but yeah, just 28 points. It's quite alarming for if you're a Cotter owner, and his price is going to free fall. So he could be one that we can look at buying later on in the season, although he's going to be a walk-up for Origin. So yeah, one that we may not be looking to own until the end of the season. But yeah, his price is going to be dropping. Griffin Neame, only 30 minutes. You'd think he'd be getting a few more, but yeah, just 30 minutes. I'd be a strong avoid until we see something from him. Trindle, just 25 and 80 minutes. Even with the strong kick meter base, he's not doing much tackling here, not much running. Seems like Hines is running the show a little bit more than last week. Even with the try assist, way too expensive to be looking at when he's not the dominant half. He's only, Hines is there, and they're going to steal points from each other basically. So yeah, strong avoid on Trindle. Lawson came on for a bit, 25 points. Wouldn't be looking at him while he's starting off the bench. Tom Duffy, started him in my scoring 17, and it was a tough watch. I watched the first half, and he was plodding along. I think he was on about 7 at half time. It was not very pleasant. 5 missed tackles, unfortunately. But the promising thing is, he's got the kick meters base. He's got, a strong base of tackles, I guess, and he snuck a try assist in there. But yeah, he's not really running the ball, and on attack it's really mainly going through Dearden and Drinkwater. So probably going forward, he'd be one I'd be looking to bench in your emergencies. But then again, with Hubner suspended, it's going to come down to starting someone like Sandon Smith or Thomas Duffy. I think week to week we're going to have to think about matchups and who's going to miss the least tackles. But yeah, he's not goal kicking now as well, which is frustrating. But yeah, Duffy, we're just going to need him to make his money. Hopefully he can score in the 30s from here on out, and we'll look to sell him ahead of their round 7 bye, I'd be predicting. Vailea, after scoring big last week in the 40s, I think, back down to earth with a 24, and that is what we're used to from Vailea, and going forward I think that's going to be what it is. So yeah, strong avoid there. Talangi, only 22 after scoring in the single digits last week, so he's dropping cash. strong avoid there too. Hautepuha just got the 17 minutes covering for someone that was out. It's Hazelton. So, yeah, just he'll probably be out of the side next week, so wouldn't be looking at him. Purdue got Sinbin in this game, scored a try, got a try saver, but his base stats are just looking quite concerning, and if you do own him, he's a candidate to be moved on to someone like Stafford, who's got his money making going along quite nicely. So yeah, I think he is one that you can either hold and hope he does something soon, but if you have no other issues in your team, I'd say he's one that can be traded to a cash cow that's going to make you some quicker money. Because yeah, the Cowboys are, he's not going to be scoring well when the Cowboys are playing like this. Hamlin Uele, he's got the crumbs minutes, and he's just one to completely avoid. Same goes for Talakai, he's just getting crumbs. Same for Atkinson, he's just getting the crumbs as well. So these three, while they're on the bench, strong avoids, but we'll just watch their price free fall, and when an injury comes along, they could be buys. We'll just have to wait and see. Braden Burns got injured, so that must be why McIntyre probably covered minutes on the edge. I'm not too sure about that, but yeah, Burns, I recall it might have been a hamstring or a groin. Not too sure, but I would guess that he's going to be out for a while. So yeah, we'll just have to wait for news on that. But unfortunate for him, only the 8 points. And yeah, that'll be that. Leave any questions in the comments about this analysis, and I'll see you in the next one.